All right, real talk. Everyone's always telling you why you can't move to New York City. It's the craziest idea you've ever had, right? You don't want to put up with all that noise, the rents are out of control, the crowds, the noise, the hot summers, the freezing, crazy winters. But you think to yourself, why does everyone want to live there then? Why do people call it the greatest city in the world? There's gotta be something that's drawing all of these people to stay there. And that's what we're getting into today. The 9 reasons people never, and I mean never, regret moving to the greatest city in the world, the city that I'm from, my city, New York City. For those of you who don't know, it's your girl, Lizzztings. I help people just like you make your dreams come a reality right here in my favorite city. So let's get right into it. Starting with reason number 1. The energy here is unmatched. There is no city in the world that feels like New York City. And if you've been here, you already know this. And likely if you're watching this video, you already know that as well. And something has sparked your interest in maybe thinking about moving here. So I don't care where you've been, Paris, Tokyo, London, LA, you name it. Energy there does not match the energy here. You already know this. There's no city just like New York. The pace, the ambition, the feeling that something is always happening and you are right in the middle of it. It's definitely not for everyone, and I'll be honest about that. But the people who it is for, it's like a drug. And I'm one of those people. All right, real talk. Rewind the tape back to 2024 when I first moved back to the city. I had my license in Colorado, practicing real estate for already 2 years. However, it's a huge difference going from Colorado to New York as far as real estate goes, if you could not imagine. So I'm over here feeling a little bit of that imposter syndrome, having all those nerves and all the feels. But within a month, I had already met the group of women that were gonna be a part of my life and influencing my ability to be so successful here in real estate and quit my full-time job in the first year within 1 month of being here. And that's that electric energy. I went to this meetup event. I had not even gotten my license yet. You have to take the test here, of course. And I had met the group of women who have become some of my best friends who I'm celebrating out in the Hamptons this weekend with for my birthday, the big 4-0. And without getting too far into it, these have become some of the best friendships and best network I have, introducing me to the real estate team that I'm currently on today. So that electricity is unmatchable. You can't find that anywhere else. And that's what I'm talking about when I say it's unmatched. Like, you can't see yourself doing that anywhere else. I mean, yeah, of course there's one-offs, but not like here in New York. There's such a magnitude of like-minded thinkers, movers, and shakers that are willing to do the same for you that you bring to them. That energy that you put out is brought back. So definitely big on energy, big energy girl over here. All right, let's get back to it. Number 2, which is your career accelerates at a rapid pace here. So if you're ambitious, which if you're watching this, you most likely are, and you plan on moving here, your career is going to skyrocket you into a speed that you never thought imaginable. And that's exactly what happened to me. That's how I was able to quit teaching after 1 year back in the city. I worked at my friend's school and got my W-2 job so that I could purchase my first condo. But after that, I made my commitment. I told her I was leaving and I moved on with my life and I've never looked back. Whether you're in finance, media, fashion, tech, real estate, law, the arts, the top people in almost every major industry are here. New York City rewards ambition. It always has. Reason number 3, you will never run out of things to do here. In fact, you're gonna have to start saying no. The first year I moved here, I didn't say no to anything, and I'm not gonna lie, I was out every single day and night, and I was exhausted. I don't even know how I was doing it. I don't know how I was keeping up. Most people were asking me, how are you doing all of this? Well, I am ambitious times 20. There's a will, there's a way. I'm gonna make it happen. You want it, you got it, honey. That is my motto on life. Don't talk about it, be about it. So I was out there doing all of the things and saying yes. Now, I do recommend doing that when you first get here and making sure you put yourself in those rooms with those people. But obviously, as time goes on and you establish yourself, you can say a little bit less yes and a couple more boundaries for yourself so that you are able to build out that balance. You're bored on Tuesday at 2 a.m.? 24-hour diners, late night jazz clubs, the bodega down the block that feels like your neighborhood community center. If you know, you know. You want world-class entertainment on a Saturday night? Hello. We have Broadway, musicals, live comedy shows at all hours of the day, rooftop bars that don't even feel real. That is the true magic of New York. Now, on the other hand, if you're someone who wants to do nothing and a Sunday in Central Park chilling on the lawn feels like a great idea to you with a nice book, all an option as well. You want it, you got it. You get to pick your own adventure here. Reason number 4. The food scene here is the best in the entire world. Come at me, bruh. If you think you can find another city that has better food scene, go ahead and put it in the comments. I want to hear. I have an idea of what people are going to say. But no, the food scene here is unmatched. And this is coming from a non-foodie. So I'm a transformed, maybe a little bit of a foodie nowadays. However, I am not someone who is like, okay, I'm going to seek out the most expensive 5-star, Michelin star restaurants. However, I do appreciate some good food. So good quality pizza, good quality bagels, good quality cheeses, all of those, ice cream, gelato, you name it. Those are my go-to food groups. And I want the best of the best. I am a little bougie after all. But what I'm saying is, if you're a foodie and you want to try all those crazy different types of foods, you have every option available here. But if you're someone like me who just appreciates high quality, simple foods, there's no shame in that game. You're gonna find the best of the best, tip-top line here in New York. And what makes the food scene so amazing for any type of foodie is the diversity and the range. Reason number 5, you don't even need to have a car. A lot of people sell their car before they move to the city. I was planning on doing that, but because my real estate business takes me to all 5 boroughs and back, I need a car. I like to get around quicker than I can if I'm taking the subway everywhere. However, you don't have to have a car. And this might sound small until you're actually living it. Think about it. You don't have a car payment. You don't have car insurance. You don't have to worry about parking or parking fees. You don't have to worry about those tolls that I have to pay to drive from borough to borough. You just pay $3 to get on that subway and take you anywhere in the entire city. Very cool. Also can take you to some parts of Jersey and Long Island. So it's not a little thing here. That's amazing. And yes, of course, there's things we hear on the subway, there's safety concerns, but the majority of the time, the city is making huge efforts to make sure that you feel safe and secure on those subways. And yeah, New York is expensive, but the average American is spending $10,000 a year just on those little pieces of the payments for their car. So that alone is saving you 10 grand that you can put back in your pocket and use for all the other things we have here in New York City that's going to take your money. All right, let's move on to reason number 6, which is the culture here changes you indefinitely. And I don't just mean the museums and Broadway. Though the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the MoMA, Lincoln Center, Carnegie Hall, and Broadway are all genuinely world-class, and right here, I mean the culture of living in New York City itself, the diversity. Walking down Jackson Heights in Queens and hearing 5 different languages spoken, celebrating the Lunar New Year in Chinatown, the San Giorno Festival in Little Italy, the Dominican Day Parade in Washington Heights, or the West Indian Festival over in Brooklyn. All examples of culture that you would not experience in other cities. And trust me, I know. It's number 7, which is the neighborhood. The neighborhoods make you feel like you're in a whole different world, each neighborhood you go to. So yeah, this city is made up of 5 boroughs. Can you name them all? It's not just Manhattan. But even if you're just staying in Manhattan, if you've only visited here, each neighborhood has like its own place. And you experience that walking 1 block to the next. So even within those neighborhoods, you can feel a completely different vibe moving down the street. This city is not one place, it's hundreds of places stacked on top of each other. So that kind of variety, the ability to evolve within your city without ever even having to leave, you can't find that anywhere else. Reason number 8 that is it makes you tougher. I just finished my first High Rocks mixed doubles race last Thursday, and I have the battle scars to show it. couple bruises. One of my toenails is definitely falling off. But yeah, makes you tougher and makes you do things that you might never have thought you were capable of. But, you know, challenge accepted. Bring it on, right? Living in New York City is not easy. It's gonna test you. It's gonna be loud, crowded, expensive, and completely overwhelming at times. But here's what happens on the other side. You become someone who can handle literally anything. And that's where we get our reputation from. New Yorkers have the unmatchable resilience, no nonsense, and zero tolerance built into their personality after being here for just a couple months, because you build that through the experiences that you go through here. And that happens quick. That's why people say, oh, New Yorkers are so rude. But that's not really true. It's just that we don't have time for BS. And you have to build that toughness in order to survive here. So if you're someone who's like, oh, I'm so scared of that and intimidated, maybe this isn't for you. But if it challenges you and excites you to think, wow, I mean, I love it, bring it on, come here and see for yourself. This is a great time to just mention that, yes, I am a real estate agent. And if you are thinking about moving to the city and you're not sure where you want to get started, hit me up, send me a text. My number's in the DMs. If you want to get in a call with me, my link is in the description as well. So if you're interested in seeing what's out there as far as real estate options for you, please let me know. I'd be happy to be your girl. Okay, which is a great time to bring us into number 9. And last but not least, the most important reason your wealth builds differently here. So if you're buying real estate here, you're not gonna believe what comes out of that once you buy and you wait. So you cannot buy and think this is gonna be a quick fix, get rich quick kind of scheme. Not here, no. But if you have the patience and the audacity to invest here in New York City, you will not believe the amount your wealth appreciates year over year. Owning real estate here in New York City is one of the most powerful long-term wealth building tools available to anyone. This city has appreciated in value for decades. There's a finite amount of land on this island, so demand is never going to disappear. And the people who have bought here, even through recessions, through difficult markets, have almost universally built serious wealth over time. So when people say New York is too expensive to buy, I understand why they feel that way, but I also know that people who figured out how to buy here, who've made those sacrifices and did the work to get into the market, don't regret it. Not even a little, because they didn't just build a life in the greatest city in the world, they built wealth into it too. And I can attest to that. So when I first moved here, another little side story, I bought my first condo. We're standing in it right now. I do have plans to make this into an investment property long-term, which is why I bought a condo rather than a co-op. But it was hard. I was a little nervous at one point, and I was thinking, I'm not gonna close. Like, this is crazy. What was I thinking, putting all my money into a tiny studio in Hamilton Heights? Why did I think I should do this? And I'm so happy I did that. It was tough. It did make me tough. It made me adaptable, made me think outside the box and problem solve, because the first loan that I had received approval for was not available in this building to be financed. So that happens, and that's something that we can handle as a team once we get to that step. I know way more about that than you will ever need to know, but when we cross that bridge, we will get there. The lenders I work with are very skilled in being able to find the right package that works for you and your property. These are examples of how this city has made me tougher. But I say this because, yes, it might feel like, wow, this is a lot of money to invest into a property. However, where's the money going otherwise? You can put it in the stock market, sure, but that's not a guaranteed return on investment. Once your money is in your own property, all it's going to do is build on you. It's not going to be taken from you. And you can take that money out and think of it as like a savings account that's in your property. You can move it when you're ready to go. You can take out a line of credit and use that money to buy your next property, which is what I plan on doing. We will get into that in another video and another time, but it has been awesome. If you've made it all the way to the end, please hit that like and subscribe. I am so happy to be a part of your world in the greatest city in the world, and I would love the opportunity to help you figure out what is the best real estate move for you, whether that's rent, buy, or somewhere in between. Hit me up in the DMs. I would love to connect with you, and we'll see you on the next one. You want it, you got it.